Welcome back, traders. Thank you for being in my channel, and I really appreciate all your support. So, today I did a live stream in which basically there was no sound in my live stream. It was the first time I attempted a live stream from my computer, first time I figured out how to do it and share my screen and so on, and it was an epic fail. But that's okay, because you need to fail in order to succeed, and so hopefully this video in which I'm going to explain bullish and bearish divergences with RSI will make up for that crappy live stream this morning, okay? So I've already gone over in a previous video the basics of RSI, when it's overbought and when it's oversold, but I never went into bullish and bearish divergences with you guys, and that's what I'm here to do today, is to show you how you can now use your RSI in conjunction with your stock chart to predict potential future moves, okay? I never showed you that in the previous video, but I'm going to show you now. And I'm not going to lie to you, bullish and bearish divergences can be pretty damn reliable because they make a lot of sense. And I'll go into that a little bit, but when we start getting into it, you'll understand why they make so much sense and they're pretty reliable. Of course, other things still play factors, whether or not the stock had news that day or, different candlesticks, and so there's still more that goes into it, but altogether, bullish and bearish divergences in conjunction from your stock chart to your RSI indicator, which is a momentum indicator, they're pretty reliable. All right, so with no further ado, we are looking at a stock chart of AAOI, pretty popular stock. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. Now, first, we're looking at a bearish divergence. And what I want to go over in a bearish divergence is it's a correlation between your stock chart and your RSI momentum indicator. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a trend line for you guys. So just following my trend line, which direction does it look like the stock is going? To me, it looks like the stock is going up. As you can see, it just keeps grinding up. You know, we could even draw a second trend line just on the top. I'm just drawing trend lines for just pure direction right now. So it has nothing to do with me following the tips or the bottoms or anything. It's just basically me drawing your typical trend line to follow the trend of a stock, okay? So as we can see in this area, the stock is going up. You know, so if at any point you were considering buying AAOI to go long and you're not sure how long you want to hold it and so on and so forth, you can look at the stock chart in conjunction with your RSI indicator, okay? So just because RSI is high here and it's high here and it's high here, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to just go down. Sure, there might be these little mini corrections in there. But when you look at the overall scheme of it, AAOI within this whole period, from here to here before the drop, you should have been able to spot that there was a bearish divergence coming into play, and you could have known to close out your position somewhere in this area. And how would you spot that? Well, a bearish divergence is when the price of the stock is going up, but the RSI is showing it's going down. And what do I mean by that, okay? Well, think about it this way. RSI is a momentum indicator. So in the grand scheme of things, the RSI tells us whether or not momentum is picking up in a stock or momentum is dropping in a stock. So is momentum picking up or is it going out of the stock? Well, the funny thing is with the divergences, they're pretty reliable because right here in this area, it's telling us that the stock is going up. But when you look down at the RSI, it tells us that momentum is actually dropping. Do you see that? Do you follow that trend there? So if you look at prices going up, but the momentum is dying down. Now it makes sense, doesn't it? The price goes up, but momentum's going down, so you can expect there might be a shift in price to the downside because now the momentum is dying down, less people are buying, less people are trading, okay? And then even here, if you want to look, right? You know, in this area, volume's higher, volume's becoming lower, okay? So it all makes sense. There's a bearish divergence. So a bearish divergence is when price on the chart is going up, but momentum on your RSI is steadily going down. And I mean, you don't have to be super exact with it, but you can basically just look at it and tell, is the RSI making new highs or is the RSI making new lows? And the RSI is making new lows, and at the same time, the price of the stock is going up. So that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for the price on a stock to keep going up when the momentum is dying down. It can still do that, but you can expect a price direction shift to the downside in bearish divergences, okay? And on the flip side, you have bullish divergences, which mean the same exact thing, okay? Now again, you can find bullish and bearish divergences on 1 minute, 5 minute, 20 minute, 33.5567 minute charts, doesn't matter. They work on all charts, but I'm not, I do tend to find them more reliable when you find them on longer time frame charts. There tends to be better follow through because people have a better time finding them. They're a little bit easier to find, so there tends to be more follow through with them, okay? So they do work on any charts. I think if, I can, I'll find it on a 1 minute chart. I think I found one the other day. So this is the first example of AAOI for a bearish divergence. And I'll do more of these in the future. But I think the next one I wanted to take a look at was AMD. So I already have it drawn out, but I'll go ahead and redo the drawings for you. 1 second, let me clear these up for you. All right, so here's a good one on AMD, okay? So when you're looking at AMD, now this wasn't the best one, but it still was a little bit of a divergence. I wouldn't call it the best one, but it's still something to know, where we have a bullish divergence, okay? So going from about here down, you'll notice that obviously the price is going downwards. But in this area, you will also notice that RSI momentum is picking up. So a good example, price direction on the chart is going down, but our momentum is picking up and making new highs. So in the grand scheme of things, yeah, you have some low points here, extremely low actually, but altogether momentum is picking up while price is going down. But that doesn't make sense, does it? Why would the momentum be picking up in a stock that's going down? Nobody wants to buy it. Well, that's just what we call a divergence. The price is getting lower, 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 so it's bringing in more bringing in more buyers and bringing in more eyes and bringing in more traders, because if the price keeps going down, people feel it's going to bounce and it should turn around, so momentum starts to pick up. Next thing you know, we get a price jump like this. And then you go from 11 up to $13.26 or something like that. So sure, maybe not the greatest bullish divergence that didn't last very long, but you can see clearly price is going down, momentum is picking up, okay? That was a bullish divergence. And then I think there was another one that I found, I think it was CARA Therapeutics for a bearish divergence. And this one was on a 1 year day chart. Yep, okay, so another great example, okay? So within this area right here, we'll draw a couple trend lines, okay? So within this area, we have a bearish divergence where price is going up, right? Price is going up, but RSI is going down. Momentum is going down. We're making lower lows, lower lows. We're making higher highs, lower lows, or yeah, higher lows. Okay, so you see that price direction's going up, but momentum is going down. And shortly after, what happens? We get a price movement from $20, so from here to here, down to 15. I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys, okay? Oh, maybe a little too much, but whatever. You get the point. Let me zoom out. Okay, so again, perfect example of a bearish divergence where price is going up, momentum is going down, so less people are trading it. Momentum is dying down. Stocks cannot continue to go without any momentum to drive them. It just, I don't want to call it basic science, economics, whatever you want to call it. It just makes complete sense. How can the price of a stock continue to go if there's no momentum? How can your car continue to run without any momentum, okay? So with that being said, again, price goes up, momentum goes down, bearish divergence, then look what happens shortly after. The price drops from 20 to 15 before finding some support, which would have been, I mean, right here, you could see that. That was a clear, obvious support right there. And then it bounces a little bit, and sure enough, it goes. Now, this makes sense. I mean, you think, right? This makes sense. Price is starting to go up, and momentum's going up. There's momentum to back this increase here. That makes sense. But this doesn't make sense when price is going up and our momentum is going down. There's nothing to continuously back that price going up. Here, there is. When price is starting to start rising and our momentum is increasing, that makes sense, okay? This also makes sense, but in the opposite. How can price go up when momentum's going down? That doesn't make sense. But it does make sense that we could expect a sell-off coming if the price is going up but the momentum's dying down. It's got to at some point kind of peak out and start rolling back over, okay? So that's my video. There you go. If you guys got any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Usually what I'll do is I'll get to those comments and make a video on it to kind of, cover up anything that may have been missed. But for that is bullish and bearish divergences. I'll go over more in later videos and whatnot, and also all the links to all the chat rooms and Facebook groups that I'm a part of and the TechBud solutions that we've built, the team. Everything is down in the description below. So please go ahead and check out the description box, and that way you can get into all the chat rooms that I'm in, Ricky Gutierrez, and all the members from TechBuds are a part of. That way you can just be right in the center of all the stock trading stuff going on. It'll help you learn much quicker, especially if this is your first time coming across any of these videos. All right, guys, so that's all I got for you today, and I'll see you tomorrow.